a sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show, and welcome to a special episode of Small Talk. With me is Logan Bryan. Logan's been on the show before. It was a Zoom interview at that time, so it's really nice to have you here.
It is nice to actually be here, meet you in person.
Yay! Now, you're here for a very special reason,
Yes.
right? So, and that's to do with cat dad. So,
Yes.
start from the beginning for people who don't know what that is.
Yes. Okay, so my name's Logan. I am the founder of Abby Cat Daddy, a cat rescue and TNR organization based in Abbotsford. TNR, for those who don't know, is trap, neuter, return. For feral cats, or community cats is a term I like to use because not all stray cats are feral, but they do prefer to live outside, and that's just a behavior trait. So we take cats who are intact, making a mess of people's properties and such, and make sure that they get neutered or spayed, prevent any unwanted pregnancies, they get vaccinated, they get dewormed, they get defleed, and then they get a caretaker in that area that cares for them and make sure that they're actually being cared for and not just being out there and not having what they need for food.
Right.
So that's a big part of our program is the TNR side. And then we also take in cats that need to be adopted out because they're house cats or they're kittens, because we get lots of kittens. Right now it's kitten season, so it's the most expensive time in rescue and the busiest. And then we adopt them out, and we also take in local surrenders.
Right. One of the things I've always wondered about for people who do own cats, keep them and not fix them and have kittens that they have to then find homes for. I mean, unless you're breeding an animal purposely for business, there's no reason not them have to be fixed. Right?
Exactly. One of the biggest arguments is, oh, I should let them have one litter so they can experience it. Your cat does not want to be a mother. Your cat wants your attention, wants your love. It wants its own time. That's a lot of stress for the body. Like we know, like look at it as in humans. There's risk involved with pregnancy and with us, right? And it's amplified with cats because there's sometimes up to 10 kittens. Last summer, I actually allowed one of our cats to give birth, and we caught her early, and I almost stayed her, not knowing she was pregnant, and then we decided. Right before they gave birth surgery, I was like, you know what? I think she's pregnant. We'll hold off. She was at that point only 2 weeks. Okay. So definitely like safe and easy to just because there's nothing really going on. But like I made the call. She gave birth to 3 stillborns and she had one stuck in her.
Wow.
And she did give birth to one that survived for 24 hours. But a bunch of them, I think there was a total of 3 in her, they actually passed away about 2 days before she gave birth.
Okay.
So she was necrotic and she almost died. It cost the rescue almost $4,000 in all care. Because I decided to let her have babies when she really shouldn't have had them.
Right.
And that she was a stray cat, so this could have happened outside and she could have died. She would have died.
And people have to be careful not to give cats human qualities. I mean, as a human, I might want to, I do have children, but I wanted to experience. I can say I want to experience children. Cats don't think like that. No. Right?
No, their hormones are what tells them to procreate. But they're not actually wanting that lifestyle.
Oh, I want to be a mom.
No. And each time they have a pregnancy, a female cat has a 20% higher risk of cancer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ovarian and like female organ cancers. Wow. Every single time it increases. Wow. And it's in their uteruses are only really meant to have about 6 litters before they start to deteriorate. And if you're breeding a cat or they're left outside, that's huge. Like they're going to keep doing it because that's just a natural instinct. Right. I read an article actually posted recently on our Facebook page. One single pair of mating cats can lead to 420,000 cats in 7 years.
Oh my goodness!
Because they can have 3 litters a year.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of kittens roaming around people. And if they're all feral, I mean, it's like they're all out there.
Exactly.
So now, okay, so let's get down to what you're trying to do right now, right?
So we are trying to fundraise so that we can have enough funds to pay off our current vet bills because we constantly have vet bills in and out. And so that we can be in better position for kitten season and get more fosters because we are constantly getting requests in every day. Like I just got a request on my way here actually
Okay.
for 2 surrenders, and I don't have space for them right now because I don't have the space in fosters. And that's a big issue.
Yeah.
And if we don't take them in, a lot of time, not just like not us, but like if someone calls us and they call 4 other rescues and they can't find space, they typically just let them outside and lock them out so that now they're a stray cat.
Oh my gosh.
And that continues the whole issue. Yesterday we picked up a pregnant cat who had been abandoned by her friend, had left it at her house and ghosted the friend. So that's another issue is people are just dropping cats and abandoning them.
Yeah.
So we are now trying to raise $4,000 towards our vet bills so that we can be in a better position and so we can make sure we have the food and supplies. It's not cheap running a rescue, and our adoption fees only cover a small portion because if we raise them, people don't adopt.
Right. So now if somebody wants to donate, how would they go about them?
So there's a lot of different ways on our website, which is theabbycatdaddy.wordpress.com.
A little slower.
Yes. Theabbycatdaddy.wordpress.com. I'll send you the link so you have it.
Okay.
There is a support the cats tab, and there's a lot of different ways you can pay by credit card. You can buy cat toys, cat cards. We have actually a lot of stuff on there now. Bumper stickers that all go towards us.
Right.
You can also send us an e-transfer to abbotsfordcats@gmail.com. There's no password needed. You can just donate that way. And we also have cat toys at the Veganist downtown Chilliwack here.
On Wellington, it's on Wellington, everybody, just in case you don't know, if you're new to the area.
2 doors down from the Bookman. So that's usually
easy to remember.
Off of 5 corners. Everyone knows where the Bookman is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so why did you get involved to begin with? Why did you start that organization?
Yeah, so I got involved in cat rescue and CatCNR when my own cat was passing away. And I just wanted to help other cats. And I got really obsessed with it. I learned a lot of medical stuff through because he was passing away for 2 months. So we learned a lot of medical stuff, and we had just had other medical issues with our other cats. So I'm trained to do a lot more than most people are.
Okay.
I want to help. And so I ended up volunteering in a couple of different rescues, and I didn't quite feel the right politics were happening. They're wasting resources in different ways that I didn't think were ideal. Like, to me, community cats, our local cats are what is important, not cats from Quebec or another country, right? Like
here first, and then if you had extra funds,
absolutely. But we have a lot of different rescues that are pulling from other areas, which is totally fine. It's just not what I wanted to be a part of. So I opened my own rescue so that I could deal with that myself and build a culture around that. And all my terminology, I will always say community cats. Support our community cats, not our stray cats, not our surrendered. I always refer to them as community cats because it's our community first.
It is, yeah, absolutely. And so you have a physical, do you have a building?
No, so all of our cats are with fosters.
Okay.
So they come to me, I do their vaccines, I do all the stuff I need to do, and then they go into fosterhood right away. We do have a couple places that are shared with other rescues, so that we need to hold the cat before we can go into a foster, they can go to them. We have an amazing lady up in Hope who does bottle feeding for us and so for other rescues. So she loses all the sleep all hidden season because she's up every 2 hours feeding babies.
Right.
And I'm very thankful for her because that makes it a lot easier for us.
Yes.
Because that's the hardest group is the neonates.
Yeah, absolutely. Like any little baby, whether it's an animal or a human being, right? Takes a lot of care. So how many foster homes do you have?
I have active right now, I have 5, and then we have about 20 volunteers in total. Sometimes they're not always available because they're on vacation, they're doing renovations, like there's a lot of different things. So at any given time, you're only going to have about 30% of your volunteer base actually fostering.
I wish I could, but we live in a pet building, which is very common, unfortunately.
Yes, it is. That's a big issue.
Yeah, and I think it's unfortunate because I think a lot of seniors would be happy to help if they could have them in their home.
Exactly.
And because it'd be easier for them.
Yeah.
Right.
And companionship.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Taking care of a nice little furry creature is always a good it gives you something good and warm inside, you know, and whether it's a cat or dog or bird or whatever, it doesn't even matter, I think, right?
Yeah.
Just happens to be in this
Companion.
particular case,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, so that's really good. So now I hope people will pay attention to this and you know, help out. It doesn't hurt. Logan is not asking you to send $100 or anything like that, you know, whether it, like you said, whether you can buy some cat toys or donate, I don't know, whatever money you can, you know, if you can afford to spare whatever amount it is. There's no set amount, which sometimes people like.
Our cat toys are $5 and $6, and that's what our main donations are $5 or $10 at a time, and $5 pays for a vaccine for a cat.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
so that's
good.
really helpful for us because that's for us. It's like for something every vaccine.
Yeah.
So if you give us $5, it gives us a little bit more than it is for the vaccine, and each kitten goes through 3.
Right. Yeah.
And adults go through 2. Like, and they're in care for longer, then have more. And we can also donate by bringing your return bottles to any Encore Express location using our phone number. It's not a phone number you can call. I don't answer it, so don't call it. But 778-655-6833, and they'll just take that bag, scan it, and they'll put it towards our account.
Really good. And while you're there, if you use that number, you can also get some stickers, print some stickers out so you have them for your next bag, which is really good. And now you have to have a code, by the way, to get into the building, I think.
Well, is it the building? See, I don't have a building place. Ours, you just walk in and someone's there.
Oh, I see. Ours a new one in here in Chilliwack. Apparently that we just got noticed because we use ours for dinners and stuff we put on for the people in the building here, you know, like when we have built up our funds. So I just had to get a code for them. They sent me a code. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Get your stickers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, you can print out 6 at a time. And if they're not busy, print out another 6. It doesn't really matter. So do you get a discount from the vets at all?
Yeah, so we have an amazing vet. Hi, Leah. In Port Coquitlam, actually, she did emergency surgery on our cat who did pass away.
Yeah.
That's how I connected with her, and we learned some stuff. I learned from her. And she gives us anywhere from 50 to 60% off and all of her stuff.
Oh, that's
she's done a lot of things for us.
Right.
She's available. I think I've struck goals with this vet. She's knowledgeable, she's empathetic, she's available, and she's always willing to help us. And if she's not able to, she gives us directly, like, this is what you should do, reach out to this person.
Right.
I'm very thankful for Leah for everything she's done.
Really good. Well, I hope this helps. I really do, you know, and so I'm gonna shut off because I want to get this aired today. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching the show, and if you can help out the information, I'll make sure you have the information where you can contact or use the phone number for the stickers or whatever it is that you need to make a donation or, you know, blah blah. Sorry, I'm going blah blah blah. Anyway, thanks for watching everybody. I hope you continue to do so. Take care and peace out. I gotta find the off button.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.